This is just not going to be an easy video for me to make. This is something that I was just going to keep quiet about and not even talk about, but I was like, you know what, why not? And let me start off by saying this video isn't meant to bash Roman Atwood. Alright? The guy has done so many wonderful things in his life. He's worked so hard to get to where he is at. Please note that I know this. I'm very well aware of this. I've been following him for probably about 12 years now. That's a long time to watch someone's content for. But here's why I recently have decided to stop watching. And it's not just because the content has changed. Obviously it has, and that didn't stop me. I've been watching his latest vlog channel for the past 2 years or however long, pretty much since he started it. I think it's been a year and a half, 2 years, or somewhere around there. Anyway, this is going to be challenging because I don't want to make him sound like a terrible person. I really don't. Because he's not. Roman is not a bad guy. He is a great guy, and he's been amazing towards his family and his fans, and there's just a few things that doesn't sit right with me. There's a few things out there that I just don't want to see anymore. I don't want to follow through with anymore. And that's my personal thing. That's just me. I know I'm probably going to get a lot of hate on this video. Some way I do apologize. But, I want to share my thoughts and feelings with you guys. And here we are. A lot of his content anymore has just become so flashy. It's always, we bought this. Look what we bought. Look what we got. We got this. We got that. Every video, it's like every other video is him buying a new car, a new vehicle, a new toy. And, as in toy, I mean like a dirt bike or a quad or some kind of motor vehicle that they can drive around their however many acre property with. And I know I seem jealous. I know, I get it. I sound jealous, and I'm really not. I'm really not. And again, he's worked his ass off to get to where he's at. And I'm happy for him. I really am. But I'm just tired of seeing it. That's not the side of YouTube that I want to see. I loved watching the fun videos back in the day. I grew up watching the old videos from 2015, 2016, 17, around that era. When they were driving a freaking school bus into a pond and blowing things up and shooting off fireworks and having all these crazy ramps in the backyard and doing motocross and all kinds of crazy fun stuff. It was an adventure. Every video was an adventure. But now it's all they care about, it seems, is just showing things off. And I know a lot of what he does is to show people that you can be successful, that you can make it, anybody could do it. I understand that. I know he's talked about it before on the channel. But it just got to be too much for me personally. Maybe it's more of a me problem. It's not even a Roman problem. It's a Mike problem. It's me. I just got tired of seeing this lifestyle. And, kids go on there and they watch YouTube and they watch this fancy lifestyle with all these fancy cars and this big mansion. They get the idea that that's a normal reality for most people, and it's not. Not everybody can live a life like that. Not everyone in the world is able to have that privilege, that opportunity. And I get it. It always depends on how hard you work in life. But what kind of world would we live in if everybody was wealthy like that? What kind of world would we live in if we didn't have people working for minimum wage or lower wages? Imagine no grocery stores, no restaurants, fast food, all that kind of stuff. If we didn't have those kind of jobs in the world, what kind of world would we live in? I question this. I really do think about these kind of things. Not everything is just sunshine and rainbows in life. I've had my share of it. Maybe I've been watching videos for way too long. Because I've been watching YouTube since it frickin' started. Since 2005. What a strange experience it has been. It's been frickin' 21 years of YouTube, and maybe I'm just fed up with that. Maybe it's not even Roman Atwood. I don't know. I got tired of seeing the flash. I want to see more simplicity in vlogging. I want to see people struggle. I want to see bad things happen, And I don't mean bad things happen, but I don't always want to see, this glorified life, this wealthy lifestyle. I want to see the things that you go through each and every single day, like an actual day in the life. Not something that's like, okay, today we're going to show off my new freaking helicopter. We're going to get in that helicopter and fly to some island where I have a freaking tank waiting for me. Like, I don't get it. I don't want to see it no more. You know, and there's been multiple things with Roman, like even with the fans coming into the laundromat that he has there. You can tell he's getting tired. You can tell it's catching up to him. The last video that I watched was from like 2 months ago, and the fans were talking to him, and he just kind of like, he seemed like he was just done with it. And now he still interacted with the fan 100%. He still did. He was interacting with them, but you can tell by his demeanor that he just was exhausted. I don't know, from working. I don't know, from not getting enough sleep or just dealing with people constantly. That catches up to you. That catches up to you. There's been a couple other things too, you know, and I try not to get political too, but his political beliefs and mine are two different things. So trying to relate to him on that aspect, for me personally, is very hard. It's very challenging, but I'm not going to get political. I do not do that on this channel. It's harder to watch someone's videos when you guys don't have the same political beliefs. When you're not able to relate to someone's thoughts, beliefs, all that kind of stuff, it's more challenging. You know, I can't really dive that deep into it. There's been another thing a couple times, and we all make our share of jokes, and I know that his content is a little bit more PG-13, if you will. Now it's not as family-friendly as it was back in the day. He's more so of a loose cannon. Maybe some people might call me a snowflake for saying this. Maybe some people might even say I'm wrong. But I've seen jokes kind of hinted towards black people several times in his videos. The first time I saw it, I like kind of laughed about it. I was like, oh, wow, I'm surprised he even said that. And I'm not going to try to find these videos. I don't remember which ones they were. He's put out so much content over the past year. This was several months ago, maybe 4 or 5, even 6 months ago. And then there was another one a couple months ago. And I was like, what the heck? And it wasn't like racist or anything, but it was just kind of like off-putting. You know what I mean? I don't even know really how to explain it. But it was just strange. And then one of the last couple of videos I watched of Roman's, I think maybe 2 months ago, he did another joke towards black people. He said something about his one of his employees that her husband is going to show up to the laundromat, but if there's a black guy here with her, her husband's going to be mad, or something strange like that. I'm like, what? Why does it got to be a black guy? Why can't it just be any other guy? Like, I don't know. There's been some things, guys, and I'm not calling him a racist. I'm not saying that. Please do not put those words into my mouth. That style of stuff is just, it's off-putting. It's not the kind of content that I click on, you know? It's not the kind of thing that I care to really see. So, you know, it's things like this, guys, that it's why I've stepped away from Roman Atwood. You know, I stopped watching, I stopped supporting. Some of it is more personal, and I get it. You know, a lot of you guys are going to give me a lot of hate for speaking my mind and expressing this, because I've always considered myself a fan. I've always loved his videos. I've always supported him and his family, and I still kind of do. I still want to see all of them succeed. I felt for him when his mother passed away. That was very challenging. That was very tough. That hurt me. I was in tears because I felt like a member of the family. I always did. Like, I grew up watching Roman Atwood from the time that I was like 18, 19 to right now at the age of 31. So pretty much my entire adult life so far, I've been watching this content. Even when they had to take that huge break for I don't know how many years, I sat there and I waited for more content. And then when it came, I was right there ready to watch it. You know, the past 6 months, man, it just hasn't hit right with me. Certain things, I don't really feel it, guys. And I do want to apologize. I didn't make this video to offend anybody. I didn't make this video to hurt Roman or talk trash on him or anything like that. That's not my intentions. But my intentions were to let you guys know why I stopped watching, why I stopped supporting the channel, my thoughts and opinions on what's been going on, and this is just how I feel. Maybe there's other people out there that feel the same way. Maybe you guys freaking hate me. Maybe I lose subscribers because of this. That's life sometimes, and that's okay. And I wish you guys all well. And the same goes for Roman's family. I wish them well. I hope they're happy. Once in a while, I'll see them post things on social media, and it looks like they're doing great. It looks like they're having fun in life, and that's the American dream right there. Thank you all so much for listening. I do appreciate it. I know this wasn't an easy one to listen to. Drop a like on the video if you somehow did enjoy it. My social media links, I'm putting them down below if you want to follow me on anything. Hit that subscribe button if you have yet to do so. And as always, guys, stay rad, stay positive. See you guys soon. Peace.